when we look at our charts, you'll see the chart in the middle this is what's called our quantum view of our human design chart. So there's red and black things going on, right? So this chart is a manifestor's chart. They've got a motor to throat connection, open or undefined sacral, but we can deconstruct this, right? We can look at the birthday data of just the conscious mind, the design. That's what's going to be over here all in black. And then we can look at the body design by itself, just the red activations. This has been something that I've recently gotten into looking at, and it's mind-blowing to me because there are so many people who either they don't necessarily fully resonate with their quantum type, right, their whole type. And also some of us are more identified with our physical body, and some of us are more identified with our mind, right, our conscious mind. I would say most of society is very, very logic driven, right? It's a heaviness around logic and data and thoughts, right? We live from the neck up. So really just our ajna and our head, those top two centers, right? But you'll notice here in this person, they've got the top two centers defined, right? So they've got fixed head, which is like ideas about the universe. They've got that fixed ajna, which is logic and patterns of thinking. But when you break up their chart, when you look at their consciousness separately from their physical body elemental, they're different people. They're different people. It's fascinating. And so what this person actually has, these three defined centers, which is the emotional center, right? And also the head and ajna. These three only come online when you combine both sides of the chart. And you can tell because, see the red activation here and the black one there? Just like this channel, right? We've got the 12, but that's unconscious. It's part of the body. And then the 22 is the conscious mind. So this person is actually, their conscious personality is that of a projector type. This is a self-projected projector with the 1020 channel defined. The 1020 is this beautiful self-expression in the moment. That's the energy of a projector with just this channel defined. But a projector's consciousness, it's penetrative, right? There's that frequency of seeing into the other very deeply. So maybe this person has that ability to see deeply into others on a conscious level with their thoughts, right? But then let's look at their body elemental. Their body elemental is a reflector. And I love, actually, I think that I haven't run the numbers on this yet. I'm working on this still, but a large population of our body elementals, when we break up when we break up everybody's chart, maybe something like over 50%, maybe even as high as 60 or 70% of people have a reflector chart as their body elemental. Now, remember I said reflector energy is that of Mother Earth. It's close to Gaia. It is mind-blowing to me because our body elementals, there is this innate intelligence, this wisdom in our bones, right? Our ancestors, and all of that comes together, right? Because we live in a quantum universe. And so like the molecules that are in my body could have possibly been, in a dinosaur or in an ancient stream or in the body of my great grandmother or grandfather, right? Like the molecules are able to reform and recondition. And so the fact that so many of us have reflector bodies, to me, is a confirmation that we are children of Gaia and that the earth is our mother in a very tangible way. So a reflector body, remember that reflector energy is about sampling, trying new things, and being surprised and delighted, and also taking time just to decide before having new experiences. So a reflector's body, a body elemental that is a reflector energy, they might not want to go fast. They might need time to acclimate to a new thing. Even if our conscious mind is online and ready to go and wants to push us forward, because maybe we have a manifestor chart for our mind, or maybe we have a projector where we're very penetrative in our thoughts. Maybe we have a generator or a mani-gen chart for our body where we're wanting to have that defined, consistent action of moving forward. But if we have a reflector's body elemental, it can be so helpful to recognize, hey, so like my body has different needs than my conscious mind. And so this is really, really fascinating. So we're going to look at some more of these charts. These are just the ones that I deconstructed. So right here, this is a generator chart, right? So you'll see this is what's called a split definition. We've got a connection here with the 6447. And then we also have these three connected. In this person's case, they have a reflector type personality. So, and you'll notice actually centers that are completely open, no hanging gates on this G or this ego center or the head center, right? None of these little numbers are lit up. And so these are places of deep resonance, receptivity, reflection. You can think of the centers as like crystal. They're like crystalline centers of energy. Especially the G center, it is called the magnetic monopole, and it's like a crystal that energy can be stored in, but also reflected, amplified. It's a way to kind of connect with that flow of energy. And so a completely open center in any of these spaces is going to be a lot of receptivity, flow, openness. We can mistake that as a problem in our logic-driven society. We'll say, oh, well, I just have all these different ideas and feelings and nothing is fixed. Well, that's your gift, right? It's not a deficiency. It's a feature of our design. And so this person having a reflector's conscious mind, it shows me that they're really receptive and open and interested to new ideas, but maybe they're going to take their time to really anchor them in, right? Maybe they're going to take their time to try them on, sample them, see how it feels, and then also be able to let them go, right? And so they might have a very changeable mind over time. And meanwhile, their body elemental, they've got this defined root and a defined sacral. So this is a generator type body elemental. This is a person whose physical body wants action, wants flow, wants to do things. Specifically, the 360 channel is about cycles and completing things. And so this person's body, they're probably going to be someone who really enjoys something like a daily walk or a movement practice. Maybe they're going to be a gymnast. This is actually my granddaughter's chart. And so I'm very interested to see who this little one is going to be with looking at her chart. And then you notice that the connectivity, she gets these three extra centers, right? So a defined spleen that comes online, it's actually quite defined with 4 gates in there, right? But it only comes online when she's able to embody, to combine the gifts from her body elemental and her conscious mind. This is why integration of our quantum charts is so important. We cannot dismiss the mind and only embody, but just as much, we cannot dismiss the body and only live in our minds, right? So either we get spiritual bypassing where we ignore the body, or we get, I don't know, unconsciousness where we're just following our primal urges if we're only paying attention to the body, right? We need the integration. That is the highest expression of humans as 2-part beings. So this is the stuff I'm really excited about lately. This is my chart. I'm a projector, self-projected projector. I just have this one channel in my chart, right? This is the one connection that gives me any definition in my chart. So I have one channel, 2 centers, everything else is open. And since this is only present in my whole chart, you'll notice I have a reflector type body elemental and I have a reflector type mind. And friends that have known me for a long time have commented on that. I do have that energy of being willing to take in a lot of ideas, but not hold on to any of them super strongly. I'll try on something for a long time and then I'll let it go if it no longer serves me. And I don't have a lot of charge around that. I used to, but it's one of those things as I've gotten more clear in my energy and who I am, I'm able to kind of just sample and release and sample and release. And this is also when you're looking into your physical body's design, you can also look at how does your physical body react to intimacy, whether that's hugs with friends or romantic encounters. How does your physical body connect that way? And so that's just more data that we can look at. So if you have that reflector design, again, it's about giving plenty of time and embracing that gift of change and flow where nothing is super fixed and it's not meant to be, right? All right, the last chart I've got here is, this is another interesting one. So this is a generator quantum chart, right? The whole being is a generator. The defined sacral and the 4253 channel, this one that connects the conscious and unconscious, this is where the conscious and unconscious are going to come together. So if you want to look at how can I integrate my body elemental and my conscious mind, look at those channels that are half red, half black, because that's where you're going to find the energy of combining your physical body and your conscious mind. So in this person's case, this person is a generator in their quantum chart. However, they have a projector body elemental with just this unconscious channel, the 2644. And they also have a projector type mind via the 1858. So it's really interesting to me because I've known this person a long time. And when I first met them, I thought, my gosh, they're like me. And I remember being surprised to find out that they were a generator. I thought for sure they were some kind of non-energy type. However, it's very interesting to note that this is also a person for whom, from a mystical perspective, we have had multiple people who are mystics, psychics, energy readers say to us unprompted, you haven't been here a lot. You're new to this earth incarnation thing. And so I think perhaps I'm picking up on that separation of the energies because there is, it's more of a challenge for him to be fully integrated in this quantum design. When I have talked about projectors' energy, that resonates a lot more with this person than the generator part. And I think that is because there is a challenge present in this 4253 channel, the channel that is connecting their body and mind charts, in order to fully integrate those two halves. And so it's wonderful and amazing to have these projector style gifts in the mind and the thinking part, and also those projector style gifts in the physical body elemental part. But again, it's that integration that really brings us fully online of who we are.